You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, General Hospital fans, I've got your weekly prediction edition. We're going to talk about Drew's insane revenge and Portia going to prison. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, please reach down, click that subscribe button. We have got predictions for Liesl and Jason, for Drew, also for Nina and Curtis, and for Portia, and for Emma and Gio. Let's jump right in. Our very first prediction: Liesl shuts Jason down hard. So Monday spoilers have Carly asking Jason if he's thinking about digging Britt up, and Jason then goes looking for Liesl. And on Tuesday, Jason and Liesl talk about Britt. Thursday spoilers have Jason asking Elizabeth for a favor, and Friday has Jason telling Anna what he expects. So on the Thursday and Friday, I feel like he wants to talk to Elizabeth maybe about medical records or what she remembers from Britt's death, and I think Jason's going to go to Anna and tell her that he thinks Britt is alive. But now let's talk about Liesl. So Jason is sure that he saw Britt at the airport headed to Croatia, but he couldn't get close enough to confirm. Based on Carly's question, it looks like Jason may want to exhume her grave to make sure that Britt is actually buried there. I do suspect Liesl had a hand in Britt surviving the hook attack and dealing with her Huntington's. So if Jason wants to dig up Britt's body, well, I think Liesl may refuse to exhume her daughter, and she could say no because she's appalled by Jason's suggestion that they disturb her dear daughter Britt's resting place. But more likely, Liesl doesn't want Jason digging up the grave and finding it empty, because Liesl knows her daughter Britt is elsewhere living a new life, and she doesn't want Jason to find out. So no matter what Liesl says, I don't think Jason is going to give up until he finds the Britt-looking woman he saw, or at least confirms Britt's death. Maybe that's part of what he's talking to Liz about. And, you know, if he can confirm that Britt's dead, he'll probably try to put this mystery woman out of his mind. But of course, we know she's alive. So Jason's obviously not going to find proof that she died. So will he go behind Liesl's back and dig up Britt's grave if her mom says no? Probably. Our second prediction is that Drew Kane is going to go nuclear after his wedding blows up. Monday spoilers have Willow and Drew's wedding kicking off, and at the speak now or forever hold your peace part, looks like Willow is gonna speak. Drew's not gonna like it, and Nina is shocked that her daughter is even walking down the aisle, basically. On Tuesday, Tracy and Cody are happy the news is out about Drew and Nina, according to spoilers. And Wednesday spoilers have Liz getting a new house guest and Michael facing a big decision. And on Thursday, Willow makes a vow, and Friday, Alexis is demanding answers. And I'm guessing Alexis wants to know from Drew, exactly what just happened? What did I see? So we all know Drew is obsessed with Willow, and he's gonna lose it if she does what I expect is coming and confronts him at the altar about sleeping with her mom Nina, and then does a runaway bride thing, or maybe more of a stomp off and glare bride thing. Either way, looks like Drew's going to be single ASAP, and I'm guessing he starts with Nina and confronts her. She'll probably deny telling Willow and will likely say, "Why would I tell her I've lost my daughter over this?" Drew may demand to know who else knows. I mean, he knows Cody knows because he bought his silence, but if Nina mentions Curtis or Drew figures it out on his own, you know, that's going to be bad. Either way, Drew's going to go nuts and start lashing out left and right. And, you know, it could be that Curtis taunts Drew and says, you know, he ruined his big day because Drew is blackmailing Portia, kind of a you come at my woman, I'll come at yours kind of thing. And Curtis thought this would end the blackmail because with Willow out of Drew's life, then he wouldn't be pressuring Portia to mess with Michael's test and all that. But I don't know why Curtis thought outing Drew and Nina to Willow would solve his problems. I think it actually creates more. And it seems like Willow may move in with Liz for a while. I mean, she's alienated most of the other people in town. I do think Willow's going to reach out to Michael, say that she's done with Drew, ask to see the kids, and promise to never see Drew again. I think that's the big decision that Michael is pondering. So I think Drew's going to absolutely lose his mind and flip out on Curtis and go to extremes to get revenge. That's what I expect to see happening. He may double down on Sunny. He may rat Portia out to the cops. Tracy may move up his target list. This is going to be wild stuff. All right, our third prediction, Nina forgives Curtis and Portia. So I've told you all the wedding spoilers, and then on Tuesday, spoilers have Curtis offering an apology and Portia consoling Nina, and on Wednesday, Nina is secretly making a move. So we all know Willow heard from Curtis, her mom and fiance were doing the deed, and then Willow blew up on Nina. She's going to cut her mom out of her life, going to walk away from Drew. Curtis is going to apologize and try and salvage his friendship with Nina. I mean, we all knew Curtis was going to do this when he told Nina the other day, sometimes you have to betray a friend. Maybe Curtis thought Nina would understand because she betrayed Sonny when Tracy blackmailed her. In the end, I do suspect Nina may forgive Curtis for telling Willow the truth because Ava warned her repeatedly. She told Nina, tell Willow the truth before she hears it someplace else, and she kept putting it off. And as Willow said, if Nina had told her, she wouldn't have gone down this road. She wouldn't have lost her kids because she never would have been with Drew knowing he had been with Nina and lying to her. So I do think Nina's going to hear Curtis out at a very minimum, and I think she's going to get an apology from both Portia and Curtis. And then ultimately, I think Nina lets it go. And by the end of the week, she's secretly plotting, and I hope it's not against them. Our fourth prediction, Portia plans a plea bargain. On Wednesday, spoilers say Rick Lansing takes on a new client. So I think Portia may hire Rick officially to represent her. I mean, Portia already consulted Rick and he said it's bad news and advised her to come clean to Curtis about the blackmail. And since Drew may be even more aggressive than ever, now that Curtis ruined his wedding, Portia knows Drew won't stop. So I do think she's going to resign. I think she's going to want to turn herself in. And the bottom line, Curtis blabbing Drew's dirty Nina secret and blowing up his wedding, I think is going to blow back real hard on Portia. So she may need Rick to help her get out in front of it, start working on her case now in a plea bargain. And if she comes forward to confess crimes that no one actually knows about, she might be able to cut a sweet deal. Hopefully Jacinda the hooker's gone for good, so Portia might get out of it on the ketamine stuff, but the test tampering with Heather's criminal case is going to be an issue. So we'll see if she winds up in prison or not. I'm sure Drew wants her in prison. Our fifth and final prediction, Emma and Gio plot a break-in. So Thursday, Emma confides in Gio, and on Friday, Emma and Gio hatch a plan. And we know Emma stole the master keys from Vaughn, who's doing a cover job working on the maintenance stuff at PCU. So she knows where Dalton's lab is, and she's hoping the key is on the key ring. Now, I know when he was over at the hospital, he had like a scan card, so I wonder if it's just a straight key into the lab or security card. I do think Gio and Emma are going to plot a break into Dalton's lab because she's rifled through his office and she didn't really find anything. And Emma thinks Dalton is experimenting on higher animals. Maybe. I also think he's experimenting on humans, and Gio and Emma are close, and Gio is looking for a new purpose in his life since ditching the violin, so running around with Emma and stirring the pot might be what he wants. I bet Gio's going to be on board to break a few laws to help Emma for a good cause.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.